charged. Oh. That sound is beautiful.
It is. Now I'm mad. Now what man's
You want
that?
Pepsi?
Look.
You want one? You do? I have.
Thank
All right, here we go.
You are listening to the Unapologetic Podcast, starring the actual, factual Kimberly Smith and Sir Goodwin Live, weekly podcast based around Black culture, current events, entertainment, best friend series, Black love series, and controversial and informative topics and shows featuring special guests. Subscribe, listen, and follow on all podcasts and social media platforms.
And we're live on Unapologetic Podcast. Black Love Edition continues tonight with the Bond. The actual factual Kim Smith is in the building. How are you tonight?
Blessed, black, and highly favored. How about yourself?
We love that. We love that. So don't ever change it. Even if you're not doing well, still say it.
You know what? God told us we are not allowed to complain, so I stay on it. I leave.
Good. I'm Sir Goodwin Live, and we are joined by the Bonds. How are you all tonight?
We're good. I'm good.
The newlywed Bonds.
Yeah, congratulations.
I think you all are our first newlyweds.
I think so. This is true. Yes.
Did how long have you all been married?
A month.
1 month?
Wow, congratulations.
Well, 2 months now.
2 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Congratulations.
okay. The woman usually don't get it wrong.
Well, I'm not that type of woman. I'll be getting it wrong.
Cool. Dave is no stranger to Unapologetic. He's been here a couple of times. I want to say 2, maybe 3. And the last time he was here, we did a show. It was called Do Men Still Want to Get Married?
Yes.
Something along those lines. And he came in and he was like, men still do want to get married. But he didn't make it seem like, it was something that he was getting ready to do within the next few days. And so all of a sudden I look at Facebook and say, Dave is married.
Yes.
And so what day did this happen on? What's the date?
August 22nd.
August 22nd?
Oh, nice. That really was right after the show.
It might have been the next week.
Goodness
I think it was
probably like.
It was a little bit because then we went on
Yeah,
sabbatical.
it wasn't a month.
Yeah, we went on
Yeah,
sabbatical.
it wasn't a month. So you had already, was it something that you surprised? How did it all unfold?
No, it was already in the works or whatever. We were just trying to find the right time to go ahead and do it and how to do it and who all we was gonna have involved in it. So it was just a matter of putting everything together, and then we finally set a date to go do it.
And where did it? Was it something down at the city hall or what? How did it
We
work?
did a private thing at home, backyard. It had it set up nice
Family
and
member
everything.
married us.
Yeah,
Just
family.
all family oriented.
Oh, okay.
So how was that during COVID? Because I know like a lot of August, so the restrictions had come up a little bit, but like how difficult was that even it was family and friends to put that together at the house?
But it was only family anyway,
Oh,
so
yeah.
so
Okay.
it kind of
No
made
friends.
it easier because it was all people we with every day anyway.
Got it.
So
Okay.
it wasn't like we had to invite people and make them wear masks, and it wasn't that many. It wasn't like 50 people.
I think it was
anyway.
like 20
At the
of us
most,
at the
yeah.
most.
Oh,
all
nice.
of them.
Okay.
It was mostly kids.
Yeah. Mostly our children.
We're going to get to this part in a little bit. Dave, the people are very excited about your do-rag. They say, Dave, you got a velvet do-rag. But Dave is fresh off the road,
Yes.
right to the Unapologetic Studios.
And we
So we thank
appreciate
him
it. Yes.
for being here. And I don't even think I know your name.
Keisha.
Keisha Vaughn.
Keisha.
Yeah, I didn't even know your damn name. That really came right. Everything, the show. This was good because we went from doing the show to not doing the show,
Yep.
and they got here, and it worked out perfectly.
Yes.
So, how did you all meet?
Years ago through mutual friends.
Oh wow. Okay. So like mutual friends actually set y'all up on a date, or like y'all were out with mutual
No,
friends?
we were out with mutual friends.
Okay.
Kind of kicking it.
Yeah.
And then, like that.
I see
Hey, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Once you set that up, then no, and then just ongoing for a few years. And then we didn't talk at all for a while. Like,
Oh.
it never
okay.
was like we talked because we first met and
Mhm.
then it kind of continued. It was like, no, I'm straight.
Mhm.
And we kind of left it. We would constantly see each other because we have a lot of mutual friends.
Oh, so y'all just kept running back into each other.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, they say if it's destined, it'll come on back around.
Okay, that's the Bow Wow Velvet special. Sean Low Key Key.
Y'all leave this man alone. He just got off work. Okay.
Alright, chill.
So, if you can put your thing back
I'm
on
good,
if you
I'm
want,
good.
cause I got weight on me,
chilling.
so I need that coolness.
Oh,
When you
okay.
fat, you need that cool air.
Pay no attention.
So you said 2 years ago you all dated?
No. You talking about when we actually first started dating?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
It was
a year
probably
ago.
a
A
year
little
ago.
over a year and a half ago.
Oh, wow. So when y'all very, very first met through mutual friends was how long ago?
Like 5 years ago.
5 years. So 5 years of kind of just running back into each other. Then a year and a half, y'all was just like, we need to stop playing. This is actually what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
2018, yeah.
Nice. Okay. And then married August 22nd of 2020.
Of 2020.
Nice. Okay.
Now, Keisha, I got a couple of things. I'm in a good mood tonight.
Come on.
I don't know Dave personally, so I can't get him.
Okay.
But you look much younger in person than you do on the pictures that he sent. Did you see the pictures that he sent?
No.
Okay.
She's like, I'll take the compliment though.
Are you in your 20s?
30.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you look young. You
Black
look
don't crack.
very, very young.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And what do you think it is about yourself that made Dave make this change to marriage?
I don't know if it was really a change to marriage. I think personally he may have had that manifestation of always wanting to get married, but not really finding, I guess, the one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess my personality. I don't know what made me special out of the bunch. I don't know. Gotta ask him.
Well, you told us before. Tell us again.
Nah, I didn't say bunch. You said bunch.
I'm just saying, through the years of dating, you come across women, you date women, you stay in long-term committed relationships, and it goes vice versa. And, people be like, oh, you was with so-and-so for so many years, why you ain't marry them? And then you're like, well, so that's what I mean when I say the bunch. Just dating several different people.
Right. And then she also said that they've known each other for 5 years.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Yeah, I remember what you said on the show. What
I say? You tell me.
You don't remember what he said.
Well,
I remember
sometimes.
last time I came, I remember I had some edibles on the way.
That's what I was gonna say.
No, but the part I remember, because I was with you the first time. Of course I wasn't here for the men show. I got kicked out. But what I vividly remember you saying is that she made you want to be better.
Yeah.
You looked at her and you wanted to upgrade because you knew what she deserved.
Right.
So it was always going to be a match. He just said that he needed to get there.
Yeah, I can agree to that. I can agree to him being the first man that, because I'm more of if we have a disagreement or I notice something that you don't like about me, I'm not a person that's like, okay, oh well, that's who I am, get over it.
Oof, yeah.
It's more so, well dang, I didn't even know I made you feel that way. I didn't know I looked like that on the outside to other people. And then it make you think, and then you want to change those things. And he was like the first man that was like, well, I didn't know I did that.
Mm-hmm.
And at first it was like, well, I don't know. And I'm like, oh, that don't work for me.
Come on, sis. Mm-hmm.
That don't work for me. If you don't know and you want to be stubborn or cold-hearted about it, that don't work for me. I need a breakdown. And if you can't break it down, or if we can't work on it together, figure it out, then it's not going to work for me. I've been there, done that already. I'm not doing that again.
Now that's a word. Did you hear what you said? I've been there already. I'm not going to do that again.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And Dave, he said on the show that, you know, with his children, that, you know, you were very patient and with him and were helpful,
Yeah.
you know, in his situation. So that was, you know, a main thing there too. That's what he said. That's what you said.
Yeah, I remember now.
Okay. I know sometimes you're not on the same planet.
But I remember him, like, he was bigging you up. He made it clear
Yeah.
or whatever, because we asked him if
Yeah.
he was singing. He did our Wednesday show. That's that's when I first met him, and he made it very clear that he was taken, and he was taken by somebody good. So yeah, get out of my inbox is basically what that was saying.
Yeah, he's a great dad. And I felt like at the time, even when I very first met him, when we like started following each other on social media, I could see that he was a good dad. Like, it wasn't one of those men who you don't even know they got kids until a birthday.
Girl.
It was like, no, these are my kids. They were doing outings or whatever. And then once we started actually talking, his kids were very important to him. So it was like, okay, well, you know, he was going through a situation. It was like, well, what can I do to help? I'm not there. I'm not even in Illinois, but what could I do to help? You know, type of ordeal, because I valued that about him. So yeah, it was one of the things that attracted me to him. So
Do you have children of your own?
I do. I have 3.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have boys,
I have 3 boys and 2 girls.
3 boys and 2, and then you have
2 boys and 1
one
girl.
girl. Nice. Okay.
Okay. Any together?
No,
Okay. Are y'all gonna do that?
we don't know.
They're newlyweds.
Because how many is that? I lost count.
8.
Hey,
Don't
We have 8. Don't
yeah.
do it.
Hey, yeah, I was just
It's 8 together, but hey, y'all need no more.
No, they're both of y'all are young or whatever. So absolutely.
That's a nice tax refund.
By the time I'm 45,
Lord.
everybody gonna be almost over
They
18.
should be out.
So,
Oh, that's what. Come on, y'all. That's what I'm talking about.
45?
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
planning to
43 for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't have no more. I don't need to, I used to think that a child validated everything. No, y'all got enough.
I don't know why y'all say that, because you Chicago people, y'all kids don't leave. They just move downstairs.
See, yeah.
Period.
So exactly. So you
But if they
say
move downstairs,
45.
That's cool. I'm gonna just leave. I ain't.
Oh, okay. Well, now if y'all leaving the building, fine. But most people I meet or whatever be like, oh no, like mom and them live upstairs. I live, in it. So y'all don't ever leave y'all children.
No, I'm leaving.
Okay.
I'm leaving. They can have it. I'm leaving. I already got
You know,
my
my
parents.
grandma did that. So
See?
my uncle, she had an apartment. He was 20, still living, and then his girlfriend was coming over all the time, and she was like, this ain't gonna work for me. Let me take you. He found a job.
Oh,
She
okay.
took him downstairs, talked to the landlord, switched everything over in his name,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like, all right, bye. He was like, you want your furniture? I'll get new furniture back.
Oh,
Right,
okay. That's what I'm talking about.
Have a nice life.
Mm.
Is this both of you all's first marriage?
No.
That's my first one.
You were married before?
Yes.
What are you gonna do? What can be done differently without being too detailed? What can be done, because you're 30, you've been married before. What can be done differently? What did you learn?
I learned a lot.
Once she learned how to communicate, she made that very clear.
Yeah, I did learn how to communicate much better. Am I perfect at it? No, I don't feel like anybody is perfect. I do feel like with the right set of tools and the right person and the right patience, anything is salvageable. But I learned a whole lot. I mean, from communication to I'm trying not to get too detailed. I learned a lot. A
Okay.
lot. I don't want to get too detailed, but definitely an eye opener. Even for not just what to do, but what not to do. Type of ordeal.
That's important. I think that we learn that as we get older, what not to do, what we don't want. You know, we know the don'ts and the nots.
Definitely.
As we get older. When did you see her as marriage material?
It actually didn't really start until after we started talking. So, like months before we actually made it official, we was always, like when I'm on the road or at work, we was talking every day, all day. And it came to, talking about different topics or about the kids and future stuff and stuff like that. So eventually, when we did, get together, it was like, it's already, my mind was already made up. Like, all right, but this is the right decision. So, it was just easy. Easy from there.
Okay, I've only known Dave a few years, but we've had some pretty, personal conversations, and so I've kind of watched this transformation of him, and even in how he posts on social media has changed. Dave, every day you can look forward to him and DeAndre, and this other person I know, Ernest, they gonna cut up on that social media, but that's definitely changed a lot. So I'm happy for you. Happy for you all.
Thank you.
How do you all handle exes?
What exes? We got those?
Come on.
That's what the thing going around. I never dated nobody.
Excuse me, what did Mariah Carey say? I don't know her. Sorry, I don't know her.
With a long-handled wooden spoon.
Okay.
We have to be respectful to one another, mostly because we have children together. So just try to keep it at a respect level, and that's about it. I think for us, it wasn't the typical get together and everybody feels like, oh my God, everything happened too fast. Yeah, I'm not ready. Are you sure? Are you positive? And I think exes may have felt also some type of way. So just trying to handle them with respect, but with a long wooden spoon. So just keeping that space in between, and then correcting exes. Like, don't disrespect my wife. Don't disrespect my husband. Even before we got married, it was don't disrespect my boyfriend. Like, that's my man. Don't disrespect my man. So it's the same. I think we kind of kept that attitude. But with us doing that and being firm in it, it's kind of let them know their role.
There you go. Yeah.
And it seems like women tend to control those situations. So it seems like it would be easier for you than it would be for you.
Now I think before me and her got together, I was already handling that situation as if somebody else was there anyway.
Okay.
Just to like eliminate any type of miscommunication or anything. So,
Okay. You disagree with that?
I do kind of disagree, because I truly feel like women, we are very quick to put our exes in their place. I feel like men, for whatever reason, and I think it is a lot of the time, is that some men like to reach backwards for comfort or whatever. So they'll always give that person a little bit of room. You know what I mean? Like, well, don't disrespect her, but like then it'll be a phone call like, oh, I didn't mean or whatever like that, but like just be chill or whatever like that. Rather than women, we are very firm.
Yeah.
Like, do not disrespect the man that's in my life, because you would have a fit if I did it to your woman. So I definitely disagree. I feel like it's the reverse. I feel like with him, like he said, with him making that distinction very early, even when they were dating, I think that's a difference rather than waiting till y'all were married, then trying to make the distance, because that's usually when people feel slighted.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So then they want to have a conversation, or like, well, what, like, how you didn't tell me it was this serious or whatever. But if you've already put the steps into place, then there's not going to be a problem in the long run.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. I know that women tend to, you can correct me if I'm wrong, women tend to use the kids as control,
Not
control
me.
factors.
I never even knew this existed until, well, not just dating him, but I have a few male friends. And one of them, he's a very great dad, but it would be like, I want to see my kids this weekend, she not letting me. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, I never knew it, like, really existed. And then when I started talking to him, he would go through things sometimes, and I'm just like, I cannot fathom this. Like, maybe I'm just different. And
you're built different.
I'm built different.
Yeah.
And I guess I surround myself around women who are built like me.
Yeah.
So to us, it was like, that's the dumbest thing in the world. Like, at the end of the day, the relationship didn't work out, but these are still his children.
Right.
So even with my ex, I'm so like, these are his kids. Like, to me, he could call today and be like, I got a last minute flight to Chicago and I want to, you can go pick them up. Yeah, they there. Like, I'm not going to be like, well, no, because you didn't tell me ahead of time and it's late and we didn't even have a conversation. That's not me. Good. Because at the end of the day, I feel like these are his children. And I feel like no woman has the right. Children are not a pawn.
Correct.
So no woman has the right to keep a man from his children.
Another word. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Embraced by family, the family and friends. We'll start with family. Was everybody on board and happy? Was there any backlash?
My family was on board.
Your family was on board with Dave and marriage. Dave, what about you?
With me, I would say it was like half and half. Some were just happy that I'm happy. Others were still befriending the ex. So it was like in between that to try to get them like, look, this is who I'm with and that's who it's gonna be. And if you don't like it, I ain't gotta talk to you.
And hopefully you all are watching. I told you I'm in a good mood. I shouldn't do that. And I didn't put that in the notes because I didn't think that it was necessary. But how does the family embrace? How is it? Is that a difficult situation for you? Are they like people who have an important part of your life, or are they just like some distant cousins from the country?
Like when it comes to me and it comes to family, like I treat my close friends like family too, and I feel like if you about me, loyal to me or whatever, I'm gonna treat you the same or whatever. So at times where I have family members that show that their loyalty was with my ex or whatever more than it was me, then I was like, okay, well, I will distance myself away from you. So when it came to that, and when they seen that I backed off a little bit, then they was able to. Then they thought about it and collect themselves. Like, all right, well, look, we family, let's get back together or whatever. If this who you with, you like her, we love her. You know what I'm saying? So it's starting to get back to fully how it should be, but it's still a process at the end of the day.
I've been lucky to not have meddling family members. My family, they never really get into other people's affairs. And I think that that's the way it should be. But I do feel like, you do have to draw that line in the sand when it comes to loyalty. Yeah. And a lot of times, I'll throw myself in the trash, because what I mean by that is I'll remove myself from the situation, so now you don't even have to choose,
right?
But then you're not gonna be around me or my people. So that's tough.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I feel like if you're not for me or for the kids and happy for everybody in whole, like you could just be by yourself. They ain't got nothing to do with me. But my dad's side of the family, they all for me always. It was just a little issue between my mama's side, but it got better than what it was.
And you would think that if somebody is taking a step to get married, that they're happy.
Yeah.
and they know what they're doing, and you should just automatically be happy to insert yourself in something that has nothing to do with you. That's
Black names are a little different.
I
Are
was
you the
just
only
about
child?
to say that.
No, I'm the oldest child.
He's
bro.
You the oldest?
Yeah.
How many sisters you
I
got?
have two younger sisters and one younger brother.
Okay, now that's shocking. See, when you said mom's side of the family, I kind of, in my mind, I was like, oh Lord, he the youngest. So, like my ex we were together for 9 years or whatever, but like, actually, no, he was the oldest boy, whatever, but me and his mom eventually became cool, you know, it didn't work out, but like, it was that.
Yeah, I think just being that I'm the oldest, a lot of, like, especially on my mother's side, you know, I was the baby. I was the first grandchild out of everybody, so
Yeah.
they kind of
They coddled you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they feel like I'm the baby. They don't want nobody else to take them
Yep.
from me. So I feel like that's what it was. But you know, now that they see that, once I distanced them, then they was like, oh no, we got to get out.
We gotta
of
get him back.
See, you did it the right way. Like, look now, I'm not gonna keep having this conversation with y'all. Like,
Yeah.
this is it. Okay.
And I think for me, just even dealing with it was kind of, some moments were very frustrating than others. Other moments it was like, you can go see your family. Personally, because I've already dealt with this whole little dynamic. I've dealt with spouses, family not liking me and trying to pick fights with me and always starting stuff. And it's like, whatever, a lot of people in the world don't like me. I don't care. So it was like, you could go visit your family, you could do this, you could do that, and it was like, no, they don't wanna, and I'm just like, that part I wasn't used to. So it was like, okay, well, if you ain't gonna go, I guess we do stuff in our own house. Like,
Okay.
it just
No, that's
became
what I'm talking
that
about.
way. So it was kind of like, I didn't want him to distance himself, but I understood him trying to stand his ground. I felt like it was more of him getting respect for himself, because this is a grown man at the end of the day.
Right.
You can't do that to a grown man. You cannot toy with him. It's not a pond. But he was a grown man and he made his own decision. So I just kind of followed his lead after that. It was like, okay, well, I guess we're not going.
Okay.
Yeah. So, social media, no, that's not where I want to go. Friends, family, all the friends on board here?
Friends are on
everybody?
board. I think at some moments, maybe one of my friends just felt a certain type of way. Quickly, well then don't come. You ain't got to be around.
Oh, I bet that ate her up.
It did. I mean, she
Yeah.
came back and later on and she apologized
Right.
for her behavior. She apologized for her actions. And, you know, we settled it, but it changed the dynamic. So now I don't tell you anything.
Right.
Because I don't trust you.
I think that is a terrible character flaw. That you cannot be happy
Oh, yeah.
for someone and
Right.
you have to insert yourself. I think that is just
You gotta
awful.
be a
I just
real
really
special
believe
person.
that you should keep, me personally, this has always been my philosophy, and it's gotten, I've had to walk a lot of my friends through it. I do not talk about my relationship with my friends. I talk about my relationship with my man. That is the person that I'm in the relationship with. So if I need to have a conversation, no matter what it is, that is who I talk to. And so with us being girlfriends, just like I'm assuming your friend is, sometimes it's very hard, especially when you have a girlfriend that literally just puts it all on the table, because then sometimes they don't feel like it's reciprocated. But I'm very, very clear up front. I love you, but your opinion about him does not matter.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
And that's something that I had learned based off, you know, my past relationship, was to, you know, once I move forward to this new relationship, I don't want to bring that back. So I'm not gonna talk. If I got an issue, I'm gonna deal with the issue with her. I'm not gonna deal with the issue with a friend or whatever.
Right.
So I'll tell them if they see that, you know, I'm acting different. I'm like, they'll ask me what's wrong. I'm like, nothing. I'm alright. And
Yeah.
just keep going.
Yeah, keeping your relationship in house, because you never know who hating on you, or
That's
when
true.
they see the person, you know, they feel some type of way. You may be over it, but they, you know, and some people it's with a good heart, you know, they're in your defense, you know, your defense. But
That's all it is. It's just
Sincerely concerned.
yeah, they concerned about, you know, how you felt and your well-being, and of course they, you know, taking it personal and
right,
try to say something to that person or feel or act a certain way towards that person. So
right.
Now, my family, they love him to the point it's annoying.
I'm here to agree with you. Go ahead. My family, they like my wife more than they like me.
So annoying. Like my grandma is like my best friend in the whole wide world. Like I love her.
That's why you got good values. Your grandma, your best friend.
She is. She's like my best friend in the whole wide world. And before I moved here, I came here for a friend's birthday, and he picked me up from the airport, and I'm like, okay, just give me my bags and you could go. He like, no, I gotta walk you to the door. I'm like, I don't want you to go to the door. Because at the time, it's like we just talking. Like I didn't want anything to, I don't know. I didn't know where it was going at the time. So I'm like, if my grandma see this man come to this door, I'm like, oh, come in. I already know her, and I did not want that, but it happened. She did it. He took his shoes off. He came in. He sat down. She asked him a billion questions.
Okay.
And then when he walked out the door, she was like, Sade, that's my middle name.
Oh, okay.
Sade, that's it. That's the one. I'm like, Grandma, we don't even know this. You don't even know this man. She like, I know. Trust me, I know. So when we actually made it official with dating and then, you know, just raising our family together and getting married, she has been like, how's my grandson doing? I'm like, you don't have one of those over here. So
Come on, Grandma. She said she told you. She
She
said what she said.
but still,
Said.
I be trying to remind her, like, you know.
It's me. I'm the favorite.
I'm first.
Okay.
You know that, right? She's
Love
like,
that.
I know. And my mom loves him too. My mom is like overly excited. She's my son this, my son that. And my mother never had a boy. So she had 3 girls.
Okay.
So the fact that and I was married before, so you would think like, no, that was not her son. She like, I tolerated him, you know. I did. I was your mother, so you know, I just that's what you chose. What am I supposed to say? And you know, I supported you. So now it's kind of different when you know, I talk to her and she's like, you and my son gonna come over? And I'm like, Mom, you never birthed a boy. Like, what are you talking about? She's like, you know who I'm talking about. I'll call my son myself. I'm like, this is going too far.
Oh, that is great though, because I'm very shocked. I honestly thought it was going to be the opposite, because you had been married before. I thought you were going to say that your family was kind of hesitant because they kind of watched you walk through it. But that's amazing.
No, they were just like, okay.
Okay,
That's like him.
in the backyard.
Where did you come from? What city?
Suburbs. So
Oh,
I
okay.
grew up in Harvey and then moved to Country Club Hills.
Oh,
around
okay.
here.
The South Suburbs representing this.
I know, yeah, because we had Markham, and
Yeah,
then we
she was
had
Markham, yeah.
Tinley, right?
And Tinley.
Tinley.
Right.
Yeah.
Dr. Rashonda Jones.
Yes.
Yes, I know her. We went to school together.
Did you see us? Did you see our
I
live?
saw a little bit of it. I
Oh,
couldn't watch it every time.
yeah.
When I saw it, I was like, girl, look at Dr.
She
Jones.
was great. We
Yes.
love her. Yes,
She's
yes.
amazing.
Oh, so you had seen this already? Okay. Hopefully you followed the page after you saw it.
I think I
Trying to
already
get a
followed.
promo.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, of course she already followed. She watched
When he
her
first
husband
came-
on
yeah,
here.
when he
Yeah,
first
she
came
was-
on, I
She
saw
watched
it.
her husband on
okay.
here.
I didn't know. I just know you as Mrs. Bond. I didn't know you personally.